The indoor track and field season is rapidly coming to a close, which means in just a few weeks, somebody is going to be crowned as a world champion in the 60-meter dash. That event is even shorter than the 100, so you can make a pretty compelling argument that if you win the 60, you are really the world's fastest man. The real reason why the 100 is the gold standard of speed in track and field is not because the 60 doesn't do at least as good a job, if not better, at testing your acceleration and your top speed. The real issue is that not all of the fastest men in the world decide to run the 60. Granted, Noah Lyles did run a few 60-meter dash races, and win all of them earlier this season before telling us he was shutting it down. And Kashane Thompson did the exact same thing, but not only are they not showing up to the World Indoor Meet, I don't believe we're going to see anyone who was in the Olympic 100-meter final run at the World Indoor Championships. Half of the men in that final don't have any plans to run an indoor race at all this year. But no matter what, the 60-meter dash is going to go down at the World Indoor Championships this year. There's absolutely no way around it. So the only question that remains is who is actually going to show up on the starting line, competing to win that gold. If you add to that, you really have no idea which 60-meter runners are going to be sent over to the World Indoor Meet from America. I will do a few preview as far as that is concerned, but that's going to be before the USA Indoor Meet, so I've got a little bit of time. But I can tell you this much. The battle for those two spots is basically going to come down to the fastest men you forgot about versus the fastest men you've never heard of. And to be real with you, that is almost the same exact thing that's going to happen for the rest of the world. Because all of the world's fastest men in the 60-meter dash right now, at least the ones who have a legitimate shot of showing up on the starting line at the World Indoor Meet, are probably sprinters that you have never heard of, at least not up until now. So yes, this is a breakdown of the fastest men in the world this year who run the 60-meter dash, specifically the ones who have a real shot at winning a medal at the World Indoor Championships. Because winning a World Championship medal is always incredibly hard to pull off, even if you have to do it indoors. And with every American sprinter who ran the 100 or the 200 at the games likely not showing up indoors, this year is looking as good as any for them to come away with the gold. Every athlete I'm about to name has put down at least one time this season in the 60 that says they have the talent to at least be in the World Indoor Final and threaten for a medal when they get there. And it all starts with Rainier Mena of Cuba, who ran 6.55 seconds this season in the 60. But that's a little bit misleading because he's probably the fastest man in the world who has never represented at a World Championship meet, either indoors or outdoors. Back in 2022, he actually broke 10 seconds in the 100 and 20 seconds in the 200. He actually ran 9.63 seconds in that 200, which is incredibly fast and would have made him a medal threat. He's even been running wind-legal 10-0 performances in the 100 as far back as 2019. But once again, that was then, and this is now. So if he shows up to the World Indoor Meet, he's got as good a chance as anyone on talent to make it to the final. But Henrik Larsson of Sweden already did make the 60-meter final. He did it at the World Indoor Championships last year in 2024. He actually got 5th in that final and run 6.54 seconds this season indoors. He was just at the Olympic Games in the 100 and also holds the national record for Sweden in that event. So Henrik Larsson is legit. He's been winning races on the world circuit this year and has just as good a shot as anyone to get a medal, especially when you take Christian Coleman and Noah Lyles out of the field. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCARecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. But Mamadou Fall Sarr of Senegal also ran 6.54 seconds this season. He'd never broken 6.6 up until this year, and this would be his first World Championships. But he's also consistently running faster now than he ever has. But it would be a mistake to ignore Ali Anwar Ali Al-Balushi of Oman in the 60-meter dash. You might have noticed him if you go all the way back to that race in Kazakhstan where Kashane Thompson showed up to run the 60, because he was the man in second place in that final race. He went 6.53 this season, but has a PR of 6.50, and was also there at the Olympics running the 100 in Paris. and considering he's already an Asian indoor champion in the 60-meter dash, the only thing left for him to do is to come back and prove it at the World Indoor Meet. But here is where this list gets very interesting or controversial depending on who you are, because the next names I'm about to give you all ran incredibly fast on the clock, but when they did it, those times were recorded outdoors. Joshua Azapardi of Australia is one of them. He ran 6.52 seconds outdoors in the 60. But he was there at the Olympic Games running the 100 and the 4x1. So just because you maybe haven't noticed him doesn't mean that he hasn't been competing at a very high level. And considering that 6.52 was recorded outdoors, he's going to have to go back it up now at the World Indoor Championships. But Tion Whelpton of New Zealand ran even faster outdoors. He ran 6.5 low multiple times by now, but his fastest was 6.50 seconds. Although he wasn't there at the Olympic Games, he did already compete at the World Indoor Championships last year. But the times he was recording then aren't quite like the times we're seeing now. Remember, these times are still being run outdoors though. That said, he's already run 10.10 seconds outdoors in the 100 this year, which technically made him the fastest man in the world in that event because nobody's really been running it yet, certainly in America. So he has the talent and the experience to get him there in the final. And if he does, all bets are off once that gun goes off. But the final name on this list is one that you probably should have seen coming. Lachie Kennedy of Australia ran 6.43 seconds outdoors in the 60-meter dash in order to make him the world leader in that event. We don't have indoor times this season to compare it to, but he ran 6.51 and 6.52 outdoors as well. He was also there at the Olympic Games running the 4x1, so he does have world championship level experience. But this would be his first time running individually at any world level event. If you're just going to go off of the clock, there's no way to make him anything other than the favorite heading into the World Indoor Championships, because 6.43 seconds is really that fast. And if he can back up that performance, the whole indoor versus outdoor 60-meter dash debate can basically be shut down, because the only thing that matters is when the lights are on, are you able to perform? And the World Indoor Championships is going to be that moment for him. Christian Coleman is the reigning world champion and world record holder in the 60, but he will not be competing in that event this year. So we already know there's going to be a new gold medalist. But the men who are right behind him, getting silver and bronze, were Noah Lyles and Akeem Blake. As far as I can tell, neither of them are also showing up. So the World Indoor Championships this year is wide open in the 60. If Team USA can't find someone to beat the rest of the world, so my bet would be on one of these men to come away with the gold. Because remember, the lanes on a track do not discriminate. They don't care where you're from or how you qualified for that race. But your guess is just as good as mine. Who's going to get the gold this year in the 60-meter dash? The sport of track and field is not just about running fast. It is about doing it over and over and over again. Because whenever you step to the line, your reputation is on the line as well. With the Wake Up, Run Fast, and Repeat shirt, you can make it clear that running faster than the competition is a habit. Get yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.